Welcome to a Stressless Auto video walk-around of a 1971 Mercedes 250C. This particular car was owned by a four-star general in the U.S. Army. Okay, go ahead and give it a start. Yeah, it doesn't hurt. Go ahead. Okay, let's look at some of the car's. Let's look at the car a little bit closer up. Got a few minor defects here. I'm going to use a key. Actually, the car's key for a size comparison. There's a chip there, and then there's another one on the hood over here. It's got a little bit of an imperfection in the paint above the left headlight. Let's see, move around. The hubcaps are in good shape. Good tires. These are Fisk Classic brand tires, which are manufactured by Michelin. The Texas state inspection is current through March of 2014. So we walk around the side. There are a couple of chips along the door edge here. Those are to be expected on a car that is of this age. I'll get that in a second. As we move back along the rear left fender, there's another chip below the window. As we keep moving back, you have the 250C logo here. You have the rear parking permit for the Pentagon. There's a minor ding in the bumper here. It's give you a second angle there. A couple of scratches here. Cover the top of the trunk. It does have a U.S. Army sticker in the bottom left corner of the rear window. And you can see the aftermarket speakers on the trunk shelf as well. Oh, one more spot here. There's a very small ding you can catch as the shadow runs across it. The rear right fender is in very good condition. Rear right wheel is in great shape as well. Got a chip below the passenger side door handle. So we keep walking around. The front right wheel is also in great shape. All of the tires were put on roughly a year ago. The bottom portion of the front bumper here in the right corner is a little bit bent. It's not bad, it's not something that you see from a distance away, but it is there. And up here we have the Pentagon parking permit with 4 stars on it. The stars are missing from the rear, but are present on the front. We'll walk back here. I can't remember if I showed the rear right wheel as well, but it's here and also in good shape. There's a little bit of paint missing on one edge of it. The roof is in good condition. From the factory it had black rubber inside these silver rails. That is not present. Open the door. The interior is in excellent shape overall. It does have some cracking here in the steering wheel. The car does come with an identical steering wheel, except it does not have the cracking. The wood on the dash is in good shape with no cracking. The current odometer at this point is 42,326 miles, but the odometer was changed at a 40, I believe it was 41 or 44,000 miles. It is documented. We do have the receipt. The seat is in good condition. It is the original material covering the seats. And it is in good shape front and rear. The seat belt is a little bit frayed across the bottom, but nothing major. Here's the build sheet. While I'm still outside the car, we'll show the roof. The passenger side sun visor is included. Sit down in the car here. The vent on the top of the dash is warping a little bit. The dash does have one crack in it. And again, the wood on the passenger side of the dash is in very good condition. The stereo was added aftermarket. The factory head unit is included with the car. And let's go look at the other side. And again, oops, the door stopped moving there. The door panel is in good condition. Both sides have a little bit of wear showing in the window handles. The passenger seat is in good shape. Again, all original. There's some fraying in the seat belt. It is again original. The floors do have covers to them. I'll show the driver's side in just a moment. And here's another view of the rear seat. And the rear floor. Alright, let's open up the glove box here. I'll show the inside of the glove box. It's in good shape. Glove box opens and closes well. Let's come back here and look at the trunk. The interior of the trunk is in good shape. Under the mat there is a little bit of rust, but it is only surface rust. Let's see. Yeah. The exhausts are still round. They haven't been bottomed out like a lot of the cars of this ilk. They're nicely chromed still. They're in good shape. And we'll come around to the front. We'll take a look under the hood. The engine is clean. It's been well maintained. Zoom in on the stamp here. I know that's probably a little bit challenging to read. That might work well. Hopefully that lets you get the information you need there. The air conditioning system has been converted to R12. I'm sorry, from R12 to R134A. It does work well. The car puts out cold air, and it's a very useful thing here in the Texas heat. We'll close the hood. The grille is nicely spring-loaded, as it should be. One more thing that I need to mention here, it is missing a small piece of chrome in the corners, and there's some wear on the rubber at the bottom of the windshield. It's still fairly soft, but it is missing two little pieces there. Here's what the other side looks like. So this is the toolkit that came with the car. It's opened up and everything's spread out. Here you have some wrenches and a pair of pliers. They do say they were made in Germany on them. You also have a flathead and a Phillips head screwdriver set with a handle that works for any of them. So we have this device. You have what appears to be a torque wrench and the handle for the torque wrench. This torque wrench does say Mercedes-Benz on it. And then you have a lug nut wrench. Again, it says Mercedes-Benz. As does this bag. It's a little bit dirty, but it's been in a trunk for 40 years. And then the bag rolls up and ties. Stays closed. And it tucks down in here with the spare tire. Okay, here we have all of the books and manuals and service records that come with the car. You have the original owner's manual from Mercedes, the service booklet from Mercedes, and the catalog showing the take-apart, it's the parts catalog for the car. In the service booklet, we have the VIN number stamped. It is the correct VIN number, as well as the early service records for the car are in here. So the records were kept in here to 40,600 miles. And then if we come over to this booklet, where we've kept the maintenance records in paper form, they do show J.H. Polk with his address in Washington, D.C., and they do have his signature, James H. Polk. And I mentioned earlier about the odometer being changed. I'll show that page. It was changed, I believe it's the next one here, at 43,187 miles. And again, it has J.H. Polk and his signature. There are many of these service records. I believe there are close to 90 pages of service records here. Here it is. It was May 9th of 2012. We had 4 tires installed with a 50,000 mile mileage warranty on them. They are the correct size for the car. And those are the records. So I mentioned the car came with some spare parts. This is a steering wheel that is in much better condition. It is a factory Mercedes steering wheel. It is a used steering wheel, but it's in good shape. There's the back of it. We also have the passenger side sun visor. It has some marks from a garage door opener, but and there is a little bit of a tear in this corner. I don't think it'll be very obvious once it gets installed. We also have the mount for it that actually screws into the body of the car. It's just not put together and installed. I believe that the new buyer will need the screws. I don't think there are any missing parts other than the screws, but we haven't gotten that put in. This is the factory radio. It was working when it was removed, but the current one allows for CDs and more modern music forms. But it is the original factory radio. It's in good shape. This is a truly beautiful car and a unique find, especially with this history.